Hello, my name is Maria Antolano and I am the Marketing and Student Outreach Librarian at the Thomas G. Carpenter Library here at UNF. Today in this video we're going to be talking about the MLA citation style. Now once you learn the basics of this style, you'll be able to improve your research, writing, and documentation. So what exactly is MLA and why are we talking about it in this video? Well, first of all, there's an MLA handbook, the 8th edition, which is the newest one that came out in 2016. Now, MLA stands for the Modern Language Association. They're an old organization, and really what they do is they create a series of handbooks and guides throughout the years, which can help you format many different varieties of information, including research papers, InText citations, endnotes and footnotes, and your works cited lists, which are what we in MLA call your list of references. So why should we worry about citing our sources? Well, as scholars, we have a moral code, and this moral code is called academic integrity. And what that means is that when we're doing our research, when we're writing our papers, we want to give credit where it's due. A lot of the research that we do and then replicate in our papers isn't what we specifically have said or what we think. We're citing what other people have said and what they think. So we want to say, yes, we've done our due diligence, we're showing our work, we're going to look smart, and we're going to say, I consulted all these different people and all their references and sources, and here's what the experts have to say. So really another way of saying academic integrity is that we're trying to avoid plagiarism. We don't want to get caught cheating or passing something off as our own work that isn't. So really the reason that you're going to do it is so that we don't get accused of plagiarism. And the main way that you do that is you cite your sources. So we're going to go over a few different MLA citations examples. So this is basically your MLA 101. The great thing about citation styles is that it gives you a format. So MLA is just one style. We've got others, like for example, APA, Chicago Turabian, which you may have heard of. MLA is used in a variety of different disciplines, most notably the humanities, so English, history, and a lot of different other subjects prefer MLA over the other citation styles. MLA lets you cite a variety of different sources, so you can use it for books, book chapters, and short stories. You can also use it in articles, magazines, newspapers, and journals, and also different variety of media. So we can use it for movies, TV shows, and websites. Now, when you're citing something, you want to say exactly what the source is and how you found it. So there's 5 key points of information to include. The first of which, who created the source? Who is the author? Or who actually wrote it? What is the title? What it's called? How was it published? We also want to say where we found it. Was it something online? Was it in print? And then of course, when was it published? What's the date? So, the first example is a book. This book is written by Ozzie Osprey and it's titled My Life as a Bird. Now, books are really great to cite because you can find most of all the publication information you need in the book itself. So you just turn to the title page or maybe it's listed on the back of the book and you can find all of the information you need. If not, however, you can Google it, look on Amazon, find it on Goodreads, and you can find most of the publication information there as well. So for this make-believe book, we're going to use a template that MLA has provided us. So their template includes 9 facets of information, and we don't have to use every single one for each type of citation, each type of source. So for this book, we're only going to be using 5 out of the 9. So the first one we've got is author, and that's easy because we know it's Ozzie Osprey. Now, MLA, like other citation styles, have specific formatting guidelines. And MLA requires that we list last name first. So we've got Osprey listed and then comma Ozzie. And then we've got My Life as a Bird as the title of the source. The source is the book itself. Then we skip down to publisher. And the publisher of our make-believe book is a make-believe publisher, but we're calling it North Florida Press. Publication date is 2016. And the location refers to the page numbers. So the page numbers we actually used in our research. So we're saying pages 11 through 25. And you can see pages is truncated to say pp dot 11 through 25. So you can see we've got our finished citation here. So we've got our author listed here. First name last, last name first. And then we've got our title in italics. We've got the publisher here, the year, and then the page numbers here last. So when you're doing a works cited, this is how it will appear at the end of your paper. You can see that we have a hanging indent, which means that the text is indented for the second and third lines. We also have it in double-spaced formatting. So let's do one more example. So here we have a magazine article. This magazine article is called My Life as a Bird. It was written by Ozzy Osbourne, and it appears in the Make Believe UNF Monthly in July 2016. So we're going to use the exact same rubric, the exact same facets. And what's great about this is that magazines show differently than books. So now we're using 6 out of the 9 facets. So we've got our author, who is Ozzy Osbourne again, last name first. We've got the title of the source, and now since it is a magazine article, it's in quotations, and that's because we come down here to the third facet, which is title of container. The container is the magazine itself. So the magazine holds multiple different articles, and we're referring to one of the articles. So now the magazine becomes the main source, and that's why it's in italics, whereas the title of the article we use is in quotes. The number becomes the different volume or edition number that the magazine has. So periodicals like journals, magazines, and newspapers come out multiple times a week, a month, or even a year. And to pinpoint exactly what edition we're talking about, we can include the volume number and the issue number. So that's what that's referring to right there. The publication date, we're going to list the month and the year because this magazine comes out, so I'm saying 12 times a year. And we also want to include our location, which again is the page numbers. So for this, for magazines and newspaper articles, you usually list the page numbers that the article appeared on. So we're going to say pages 32 through 34. And here is our finished citation. You can see it looks similar to the citation we did for the book. This time we've got the author yet again, period. My Life as a Bird, and that's in quotes. We've got the title of our magazine. Then we have the volume and issue number, the date, and then the page number. You can see the punctuation here is very specific. Something about citation styles always matter. What is a comma? What is a period? And you can see that each citation always ends with a period. So again, this is all explained in the handbook, but if you want to refer to it later on, just remember punctuation is very important with MLA and with any citation you use. Another thing that you can work on in MLA is you can say how you found something. So this magazine, for example, if we found it in an online research database, we can actually make note of that. So I can say that I found this source in one of our databases called JSTOR, and here is the permalink URL that I used to find it. So one more example. We have a TV episode from the hit make-believe TV show Avian Files. This episode is called My Life as a Bird, and it stars Ozzy Osbourne. So, you guys are already used to this. We're doing a different type of source. So now we're working with a media TV show. So we're going to skip over the author. The title of the source becomes the episode title. So we're calling it My Life as a Bird in quotes. The title of the container becomes the name of the series, the title of the actual TV show, which is called Avian Files in italics. So just like with the magazine article, the name of the full source is in italics, and the name of the article or the episode is in quotes. We're going to skip down to number, because now the number becomes the season and the episode. So we can actually say specifically, here's where the episode appeared. The publisher, you can list it as the channel or the studio that actually released the episode. And then the publication date is when it appeared. We don't have to worry about location because obviously we're not working with page numbers. And here is our finished citation. So you can see we didn't include an author, so it starts off with the title of the episode. Then we have the title of the series, season, episode number, channel, and then date. And you can see we listed the date, day, month, and then year with no punctuation. That's very particular with MLA. And again, we end with a period, and we have commas and other punctuation throughout. Always remember to keep your hanging indent and double space it as well. Now, similar to the magazine, which we said we found online, if we watched this episode of the show online, we can actually say we watched it on Hulu, and here's the permalink. So we're just giving people more clues, more information about how to replicate our research and how to find the sources that we used. So any sort of information that falls within MLA, you can include it. Similarly, we could have also included who the director was, if that was important to our research. We can include any information that will help people find the source. So once we've finished our citing our individual points, we can actually look at our work cited. Here it is listed in alphabetical order, all of our citations, all of the permalinks if we want to include those, and here it is. So let's quickly talk about InText citations. Now, there are times in your presentations or your papers that you include a direct or paraphrased quote from another source. So rather than referring to that quote at the end of your paper, you can actually cite that source within the paper itself. And how you do that is InText citations. So here's an example of a quote. So according to Naomi Barron, and Naomi Barron is the source, so we actually bolded it here as an example. And then we also have the page number here in parentheses where we found it. So this exact quote is directly from this source, and that in your works cited at the end of your paper, you will actually list the source itself. So I know Naomi Barron, page numbers, here's the article that it came from. So you can do it another way as well. If you don't refer to Naomi Barron in the text itself, in your parentheses, you'll include not only the page number, but also her name. And then the citation in your works cited will be exactly the same. But really, this is just a way to sort of cover yourself. If you include a direct quote, or even if it's paraphrased, you want to include an in-text citation to say exactly where it came from. So the person can go, oh, Barron, and then skip to the end of your paper and say, there's the source. I need to look that up. So in conclusion, MLA citations and the citation style can help you research, write, and document your material, your sources better as a student and a scholar. So if you ever need assistance or help, get your hands on the 8th edition of the MLA Handbook. It's wonderful. It outlines all of the citation style points that we just went over. You could also visit the library's citation guide at this URL here if you ever need help. And of course, you can always contact the library, visit our research desk on the first floor, or contact me directly. Again, my name is Maria Atalano. Thank you so much for watching my video today, and have fun with your research.